Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Well, friends, it's one more day before Snowmageddon shows up. I don't want to be like Terry Swales and force you to come to Hy-Vee to buy bread and milk, but come to Hy-Vee and buy bread and milk because Friday night there's an ice storm cometh and Saturday snow. But again, it's January in Iowa. I am going to buy a bag or two of salt today. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today show. This is Tony Tone. That's the truth of the matter, right? If you're not paying attention to the weather, I just don't want you to be caught off guard. The ice thing is more of a concern than the snow, right? Not that anybody really gets excited about snow unless you plow it for a living or as a side job, then you're going to make a whole bunch of money. But the ice is where it can get a little scary, right? So late Friday into Saturday, seems like it's going to change over into snow Saturday, and then by Sunday it'll be done. You'll be shoveling. But it's Iowa, right? I mean, nothing should surprise us. Look at the high for today. Right? What's today's high? I don't even think that's accurate. No, wait, there we go, January 9th. Okay, 52 degrees today. So only in Iowa can you go from 52 to an ice storm in less than 72 hours. But it is what it is, right? I mean, it was 60 degrees on Christmas, and it snowed on Halloween. So, hey, it's all right. We're like 16 or 17 inches behind our regular snowfall. I saw that stat the other day, and I was like, I'm fine with that. I'd be fine if it didn't snow at all, but that's just me. So just pay attention to that if you're out and about and you feel like you have to make any travel adjustments. Pay attention to the weather. I want to mention a couple of things. We've got the 3-day breakfast sale that's on the back page of the Hy-Vee ad. So how this works, right? You get the Discover Muscatine newspaper in the mail. You pull out this ad. You flip it over. I'm very visual. And here's the 3-day breakfast sale. And it's right there on the screen as well. Starts today, goes through Saturday. If you have a need for stocking up on cereal, maybe you have kids, grandkids, maybe you have a 5-year-old that is a character, and maybe I need to bribe them with Frosted Flakes to be excited about going to school, or Fruity Pebbles. Those deals are good. 3 days. Want you to check that out, and I hope that you will. Yeah, and again, it's right inside this here newspaper. Steve, you have a note for me. Paper's not at Starbucks. Okay. Man, I had them with... I'm like absent-minded professor today. I print out 2 sheets every day for the show. I carried them downstairs. I went to Starbucks. Maybe, you know where they might be? I may have set them by these newspapers, by that entryway. I feel bad for Steve, by the floral entry. I'm such a diva. Look at me. I can't even get my own papers anymore. I want you all to know that when I was an intern at a radio station in Chicago in 2004, WCKG, I was on my hands and knees in a $1 million radio studio cleaning up a salad that the host had spilled. So me asking Steve to see if he can locate my papers, I feel okay with that. So anyways, look for the Discover Muscatine newspaper. You've got it in the mail. Hy-Vee ad inside there. And then one more shameless plug, just because I can. When you open up the paper, as if you can't get enough of me, check out the Talk of the Town column right here. It's called those are on my desk, huh? Perfect. I will take those. That's tremendous. Thank you, sir. Can you check by that newspaper rack, though? So this Talk of the Town this week, written by yours truly, entitled Let Them Bounce. And it does talk about the bounce house in my basement, and I also preface that by saying that I don't have a Scrooge McDuck vault full of money, and that Santa brought the bounce house, so it didn't cost me any money, right? So please read that and support the only locally owned newspaper. All right, so many papers. We're going to talk to our guests that are patiently waiting. This is really exciting, and I can't believe that it's already the 5th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert, or that this event is able to continue to come to Muscatine. It's tremendous. So to my right, we've got Dan Stein, and then to Dan's right, we have Xiaowen Gao. Did I get that right?
Very good.
Close enough?
Very good.
Okay, and then Janet Clark. So welcome, everybody. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Pleasure. Janet, long reach, come on. Yes. Hey, look, there's my papers. Where they buy the newspapers? Yep. Man, I am the absent-minded professor, everybody. I just feel naked without my papers, y'all. So how in the world are we able to continue bringing this incredible, world-renowned orchestra to Muscatine, Iowa, 5th year, Dan, and again, it's free. How is this? How do we continue to do this? This doesn't happen anywhere else, right? I mean, most times when this orchestra is in town in larger cities, tickets are anywhere from $50 to $100 or $150, right?
That's right. So this is the 5th year of the concert coming to Muscatine, and again, it all relates back to that original President Xi story coming through Muscatine.
Sure.
But really, the committee here, Muscatine China Initiative Committee in Muscatine, it's a volunteer committee. 3 of us are members of it, and a bunch of other people. But really, all those folks have worked to grow the relationship and make Muscatine kind of a focal point.
Sure.
And so that's why we have the opportunity to have this world-renowned art entertainment from China to come. They come to major cities like Detroit and Chicago and San Diego, and they pass by Muscatine. And this year it's pretty special because they'll be here for 3 nights.
Wow.
And so not only will they have a performance at the high school that's free to the public, they will also go into our schools, the high school, perform for the students, and go into the elementary schools as well.
That's unbelievable to have these world-class musicians come to town, first of all, to stop in Muscatine, Iowa. But then it'd be one thing to just breeze into town, do a show and go, but then to get them into the classrooms and talk to our students that are also maybe just discovering their own passion for music. Is there a better example of someone that is, performing at a high level? My goodness, right? I mean, that's
exactly
how invaluable could that be for someone that is a sophomore or junior in high school that's thinking like, yeah, I like this, and then somebody comes in and, oh my God.
Right. I mean,
That's
it's great
powerful.
art for these kids.
Yeah.
And the other thing, there'll be about 100 people coming this year. So in terms of just the influx of people to Muscatine, 100 people will be here for 3 days. Spending money. They like to shop downtown.
Sure.
The antique stores they're big fans of traditionally, and
Yeah.
eating the food and coming to Hy-Vee hopefully.
Wow, absolutely. This is so great to have this event in the 5th year, though. I mean, that time flies. We all know that.
Right.
But here we sit, 5th year, and coming up Thursday, January 30th. I should mention that date. The ability to keep it free, though. I mean, that's a huge deal because, and I don't even know if I should ask this, but I'm sure there's some type of costs that are incurred with this group coming through. I don't want to get into the details or how much, but the ability to have it continue to be free.
Yeah, no, we're pretty
for the public is a
transparent
big
about
deal.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, the cost is about $35,000 to do it all.
moly.
And obviously, we've got some good sponsors on our brochure here that you can see. So we're very thankful for all of them at the bottom, including Hy-Vee. You guys have been extremely helpful for us. And we couldn't do it without all the support. Obviously, local businesses, and then a lot of volunteer hours by our committee and other members of the community. So it really is a great thing. I mean, it's free, so if you like art and you like music, it's a great opportunity to come out and show support.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for donations as well. So if anybody wants to write a check, our funds at the Community Foundation,
Sure.
and it all helps.
So maybe you'd like Santa to not buy any more bounce houses for my house. Maybe you could make a donation and help the 6th annual event happen next year.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Here's an idea.
Yes.
This year we have something special.
Okay.
We have like 10 or 12 kids coming that are like 2nd to 4th grade.
Okay.
They can go to your bounce house if you invite them.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, they would love to be
Okay.
entertained at your house.
So with this event, Janet, I mean, it's a special evening for sure, but with your involvement with kids in the MHS band and getting this group into the schools is just, I can't get over that. The fact that they're here for 3 days and that they're willing to do that speaks a lot about their character. And again, it's not just a show for them, right? They could just come through, like I said, do the show and go, but obviously they're on board with this, right?
Yeah, and it's not me putting them in the schools.
Sure.
There's a lot of behind the scenes people and some right in here, the scenes people, getting them in the schools. And I just think that they're called the Little Ants Art Troupe.
Okay.
And I just think they'll be a fantastic addition this year. We're all used to seeing adults on stage, but this will be great. And I think Xiaowen knows a lot more about
Yeah, so
them.
Xiaowen, it is a little bit of a different group. Is it the same core that'll be performing, just more members, or is it a different variation?
So, to my understanding, I could be wrong, and you guys can correct me. In the past few years, there always been the young adult groups coming, like 1 or 2 groups. And this year we had an additional third group of all the kids, like I think 11 kids from elementary school. They call it Little Ants, just like Janet said.
Yeah.
So they're going to sing Kun opera, one of the most traditional Chinese operas from have maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years of history. So they're going to be, I think it's going to be fantastic.
And again, for people that, and Dan mentioned this at the start, but the connection with Muscatine and China is rare, right? I mean, it's not often that president of a country like China knows or has been to Muscatine, Iowa, right? And thinks fondly of Muscatine. And I say this, and I've said this before on the show, like, there's a Muscatine museum, right?
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them. I mean, that is great, right? So this relationship is very strong. And again, it's about that relationship, but really, I mean, having an event that people can show up, appreciate the arts, and to have it be at no cost. What an unbelievable thing. Great picture from a visit from, well, just a couple of years ago. But this is, I mean, Dan, this relationship, again, who's to say that it would have stayed as strong?
That's right.
Right?
I
Because
mean,
it's, this is a long time in the making. Was
Exactly.
it since, what, 80? When did he?
85, he was here the first time, and then again in 2012. And really, thankfully for these people on the committee, they've been the ones doing the work to keep the relationship. So if you've been in the Merrill and you enjoy that, indirectly, this committee's work helped make that happen. If some of your students might have gone to China on an exchange program, free, all that is part of this story. And this group keeps pushing it forward. And really, it's for the betterment of Muscatine. I mean, there's all the high level, country to country tension with the trade war and such, but this committee's focused on what's best for Muscatine. And, there's only a few things that can differentiate a city. We've got a river here. We've got Tony Tone at Hy-Vee. What makes us different and special, but also this story is something that other communities don't have, so we're trying to leverage it the best we can.
I almost did a spit take with my coffee when you said that. I appreciate it. I'm maybe like a couple rungs down on that ladder, but this is, so how many folks are involved with the Muscatine China Initiatives Committee? Is it large?
It's about 20 people.
Oh my gosh.
And it's all different, There's a few city people that are involved. There's retirees. There's people from Kent Corp. There's people from Hy-Vee. So there's just a great group of people, widespread. Anybody that wants to get involved, it's open to everybody. You just have to have an interest in making Muscatine better. And we're welcome to anybody that's interested. Contact myself, and we'll get you involved.
So this committee, has it been around, and I don't know if I've asked this before, so we're talking about the 5th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert, January 30th, Muscatine High School, 7 o'clock, free. The committee, has that been around for just 5 years, 10 years? How long has this been?
It was started in 2012 when President Xi, vice president at the time, came to Muscatine. And we needed a way to organize all the activity. And so Tony Joseph was the first chair of the committee, and then I took over as chair about 5 years ago, actually.
Is there ever, I mean, probably the answer is no, but if President Xi was in the States, I mean, would he want to come back to Muscatine? I don't even know if that. We know how if you've ever seen a president travel, the security is intense, but sometimes they surprise you with a visit to a place.
I think he would. He would. There was actually a Reuters article recently, this phase 1 trade deal. There was rumors about where they would sign the deal, and there was an article about potentially being in Muscatine. They contacted our chamber.
Moly.
We can get him on your show.
Yeah. Hey, listen, anytime. I'd be happy to, obviously.
So they aren't going to sign the trade deal here. They're going to do it in D.C., but we are always working and putting our best image forward to try to get him to come back again.
So he will be in Washington.
He will not.
Will not be.
It'll be his a secretary, a lower level guy, but signed with Trump. Yeah.
That is absolutely wild, though. That connection.
It is.
These pictures with Sarah Landy, and it's just it's super cool, this relationship. And then again, there's 2 Muscatine museums, which I don't think people understand. So for Dan, you've been around on the committee since 2012. Same for yourself, Janet, for Shao.
Yeah, I kind of came in the middle of...
Grab that mic if you don't mind, sorry. Yeah.
I came in the middle of the planning for the first, for the first one. My daughter had been to China on an exchange program. And
what an unbelievable experience for her, right?
Oh, yeah. She didn't even want to come home. She didn't. She loved it.
Mom, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. That's all right.
Oh, yeah. She really enjoyed it. It opened her eyes to a lot of the world that she would never have known, or us.
Yeah.
You know, we learned a lot of things, and now she's got this interest in traveling the world too.
That's great.
So
yeah, and what an awesome way to start that while still in high school.
Yeah.
And then Shawan, for you, have you been on? How long have you been with the committee now?
I'm a relative new, and I moved to Muscatine 2 years ago. So
Wow.
I joined. I volunteer for this committee since like a year ago.
Okay.
So not too long, but it's very happy to be part of this group.
That's great. So you've been in Muscatine 2 years with Kent Corporation
Right.
and involved in this committee.
Yep.
That's awesome.
She's been a huge addition, obviously translation and the fact that she knows culturally, because the cultural differences when you host somebody, you want to try to do it right. And Xiaowin and Albert Liu, who's also with Kent Corp, have been super important and helpful to make us the best we can be.
That's exciting, right? I mean, to have this, and when you got to town and you learned about this, what did you think? Or did you know before coming to Muscatine that this was a
No,
thing?
actually the recruiter found me.
Oh, wow.
And so, but when I
Okay.
interviewed my manager to be and told me about this special connection with China, that really excited me. So
Yeah, I mean, it's
it brought
just-
me here, I think.
Right, it's just
partially.
unbelievable. Like a small river
Exactly.
town
Right.
in Iowa that is kind of a global player, right?
Right,
Because
exactly.
again, this group, 100 plus.
Yeah, it'll be about 100 people between the
100,
three
I
groups.
just can't.
And,
And it's free. So what are you doing on a Thursday in January in Iowa? Shoveling snow.
Yep.
Trying to not fall on your driveway. And that's it. That's the only things you
Right.
can do in Iowa on a Thursday. There's nothing else going on. So we're expecting a full house, I imagine.
Oh yeah, we're gonna pack it. The high school only holds about 630
Okay.
people,
Oh, boy.
and we've had them traditionally at Central Middle School. That was unavailable, and so you're gonna want to get there early because the tickets are free.
Yeah.
And we have a feeling it's gonna be packed. So if you want to go, get there early.
This is great. So the obvious question is, will a 6th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert happen, or is it too soon to even talk about that?
Well,
is the goal to keep? I don't know.
I think as long as the community's showing up and enjoying it, I think we'll probably keep doing it. And I would mention this year too, on Friday the 31st, we'll have we'll call it Chinese Cultural Day down on 2nd Street at the Sino-U.S. Friendship Center, the former Marie Lindsay Furniture Store building.
Awesome.
We'll have an open house from 1 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And at that open house, there'll be some Chinese food to try, some tea, ceremony, more music. So definitely come out to that as well.
That's absolutely great. You mentioned host families, 100 plus people coming in. Because people probably assume, well, they're all just going to stay at the Merrill. I'm like, but no, a lot of it
it's
is
amazing. A lot of them want to stay at Muscatine Homes, just like President Xi did when he was here in 1985.
Wow.
So we are looking for people to host 1 or 2, or a bounce house full.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
So
Yeah.
if you've got room at your home to host,
great.
you've got an extra bedroom and a bathroom, and you'd like to host someone, don't let the language barrier stop you. There's something called Google Translate on your phone, and there's also all sorts of sign languages that you can do. And my family has done this, and it's fun to get to know people, and sometimes they'll show you their instruments and let you play their instruments and tell you about. Sometimes they do speak English, so that's the best part.
Well, I think at
and
the
they'll
end
tell
of
you about their life
Yeah.
compared to, and you tell them about yours. They all want to know.
Well, and at the end of the day, I mean, people understand politeness, friendliness, warmth, empathy, that Iowa nice.
Right.
I don't think
Right.
that's a bad thing. When people say Iowa nice, I'm like, yeah, people are nice in Iowa.
Right.
You know what's weird is when you're at a place like Hy-Vee and people are like, hi, and they're friendly with each other.
Yeah.
You go to a grocery store or really any place else in a big city, and there's not a lot. And I'm here to tell you, somebody that grew up in the Chicago area, not a lot of communication going on.
Right.
Right.
Everybody's usually like mad about traffic, just trying to get in and out of places, or they're tethered to their device. So certainly, yes, if you're out there and you have a mansion with empty rooms and you want to host some folks, that would be great.
It doesn't even have to be a mansion.
It could be a humble abode. It could be a humble abode.
Right.
But I think that's great.
And
like,
you don't have to serve
experience.
them. If you want to serve them breakfast, you can, or you can bring them down to the Merrill for breakfast. I know some people that work don't have the time to, get themselves ready and a breakfast ready, and so they can just get up and take them down to the Merrill for breakfast and have some enjoyable time with someone that you'd never ever expect that you would have in your home and learn something new.
Yeah, even if you're a terrible cook, just bring them to the
That's
Merrill.
right.
And then
That's
ask
right.
Chef Tess nicely, and maybe she'll whip you up something extra, right? Like, listen, I don't want to burn these eggs, so let's go. A professional chef can do it. That sounds really good. Okay, so everybody getting to town on the 29th then?
They'll show up on the 29th.
Okay,
and stay that night, and then the next day is the show. And I'm sure they'll want to swing by Hy-Vee because, foreign country going to the supermarket's one of the coolest, most interesting things you can do.
Great.
So you guys be prepared.
Yes,
we'll be bringing
I'd
about
love
100 Chinese people through here. Hopefully.
That sounds great. Yeah. Listen, yes, bring everybody by. That would be great. I mean, yeah, I'm all in. Shawan, what do you have under your notes? You have is it a card or something? That red card or what?
Well, thank you for the question, Tony.
Yeah.
So, I just want to bring it for fun because we're talking about the New Year celebration, the Chinese New Year celebration. So this is really a symbol about Chinese New Year. So one of the reasons the kids are so excited about it is they can get money.
Okay.
From the senior people, from parents, grandparents, and relatives, they all put in this red envelope.
So they put money in the red envelope to celebrate the Chinese New Year.
To give it to kids. So kids just collected these red
Now, when you say
envelopes.
kids, what about people that are 36?
Probably
with
you won't
3
have a good
kids?
luck.
Now, Shawan, I feel like I could use all the money I can get. No, but that's great. And then it seems like each year for the Chinese New Year, it's the year of the, what is?
Animal.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a rat for 2020.
The rat. Okay.
Yeah, but rats considered to be very smart in our culture.
Sure.
Because they had some, again, it's based on some legends, and a long time ago, they had a competition and to determine the sequence of the animals, and rat is the smartest one. So he beats everyone else and got the first place.
I feel like a rat would be much smarter than my puggle, my dog.
Maybe,
he's not that bright. He just
Could
wants
be.
to eat and bark all the time. I love looking at the Chinese calendar when it'll show you when you I think if I did the math right when I looked at it once, I think I'm like a boar or whatever.
That's the second. Oh, bull? Oh.
Maybe is that on there?
That's the last one. Last of the tall animals, I think.
That's the last one, like the not smartest one. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't think so. There's a reason for that, right?
So I want to be a rat, is what you're saying, with respect. I always thought, I read it in different restaurant. I'm like, oh, that seems pretty cool. That sounds like me. But Shawan's saying it's at the bottom of the intelligence totem pole, huh?
Not
That's
really.
okay.
Just for fun, right? We all know that.
Rat is the first in the 12-year cycle of Chinese zodiac. The years of the rat include 1912, 24, 36. Look at that, 48, 60, 72, 84. I was close. I'm born in 83. Was close. Could have been a rat. Thanks a lot, Mom. Could have stayed pregnant until the new year. Had to go September 5th, 83. Labor Day, baby. 96, 08, 2020, and then it'll circle back around in 2032. So that's great. So that envelope is what would be used. So,
yeah.
okay, now the kids that are showing up to perform, are they going to be expecting the envelope from anyone? Is that where the CBI connection comes in and Dan's got to get some?
Probably not.
Yeah.
They actually will bring small gifts for the kids here. Just kind of something special about our culture.
And that's what I wonder. So Dan mentions groups like this wanting to stop at a place like Hy-Vee, which, of course, all of us here, we think, we take it for granted. We're here all the time. Maybe we don't travel abroad that much. But I imagine, you mentioned wanting to get into the downtown businesses, but they probably are wanting to take a ton of stuff back.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, they have that strong connection. The president of China spent time in Muscatine. Certainly, I want to remember this and commemorate it with whatever type of, I don't want to say knick-knack because that's not what I mean, but you know what I mean, souvenir, I guess would be the right word.
And I think what makes it special, you go to Chicago or Detroit, or if you travel abroad to a major city, they're pretty similar, really, a huge city, but this will be their first taste of the, average American town, and so they get really excited about our downtown, the way it looks, and the river, and so, and the homestays, just like President Xi, to stay with a real family, to kind of observe the American lifestyle. it makes us stand out.
I'm also going to be launching Tony Tone's River Water mason jars, $5 full, and I feel like I'm going to sell a lot of product over those 3 days. We're just going to be ladling up the Muscatine River water, putting it in a little mason jar, and then here you go. I don't know if you can travel with it. TSA might not think it's good.
If it's less than 100 milliliter, right?
Oh, that's
or
right.
You can control the size of your jars.
That's right. Yeah. It's just listen. Again, it's all about the bottom line, right?
Right.
The Hy-Vee Today logo on it.
Yeah. Well, Janet, you know I'm always looking for ways. But no, I just think it's fascinating that they're coming to town again to perform, but then that they appreciate Muscatine. Because the goal for me ultimately with anything I do is to just talk about and highlight things that are going on in a positive way across the county, and then to be able to have folks come in and I've seen it when we had visitors through the radio station, I remember, and they were just kind of looking around, and I was like, I'm here every day. I'm just taking this place for granted, aren't I? Like, they're just amazed with all of this. So did they have any like traveling press that come with them or media?
There will be some media,
Okay.
so
That's
it'll
what I
be a
wondered.
pretty decent story in China every year. They highlight it, and there'll be some media here. So
That's absolutely great. All right, so we're talking about a couple different performances. Oh boy, Little Ants, opera troupe, Shanghai Chinese Orchestra, and the
浙江
Zhejiang
少曲
Shao Opera Theater.
Uh-huh.
I don't like mispronouncing things because I have a tough last name. Tone's not my real last name.
Oh.
My last name is Lokensil, and people have butchered it my whole life. So I really like have this thing where I never want to say anything wrong. But this is all in one night. So is it going to be like a 4-hour performance or what? Because this is a lot to pack in. Janet's looking at me like, what are you, crazy? It's
I would guess more like 2.
Okay, 2 hours at the high school.
You
Seating.
and I can't sit for 4 hours.
Seating is a little limited though, 630 capacity.
Right.
So if you want to show up 7 o'clock, maybe you get there a couple minutes early to save your seat. And this will be just great. 5th annual event. It's on the screen right there. Very
Right.
special
I would
to town.
get there early because we will have people from Iowa City and the
didn't
Quad
even
Cities
think about
and
that.
Chicago.
Right. Sure.
So
No, that's a
don't
good
wait
point.
Don't wait till 10 minutes to 7 and then just come running in.
I mean, unless you know a guy, then you can maybe sit stage right or something, right?
Tony, you're right up front.
Pop a
buddy.
lawn chair off to the side. So awesome opportunity for this community. Yes, good point about bringing people to town, because this is certainly something. And wouldn't we love to be able to pull people from even outside of those areas, maybe the Chicagoland area or anywhere else where you're not going to have performances like that. So that is just great. All right, Muscatine China Initiatives Committee, 5th Annual Happy Chinese New Year Concert, January 30th. This is going to be a lot of fun at Muscatine High School. What was going on at Central that we couldn't bump? How do we not have, like, the bump pass? Hey, what do you got going on? Okay, that's cool. Well, we're going to do this, and y'all can take that other thing to the high school.
Don't ask, Tony.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. It's a sticking point, apparently.
Maybe a little.
Okay. Is it also true that everybody that visits gets a deck of Count Fast cards?
Yes, yes. Let me know.
Okay.
Those will be available.
Yeah.
Get good at math as well.
Did you like when I found a couple of your Count Fast cards in
I
my
did.
dress shoes?
I did, Tony.
My kids are
And
trying to
we
tell
want
me
to come
something.
back in a few weeks on Count Fast.
Please,
The results
yes.
are in from our semester in the schools, and they are really good. So we want to share those on your show as well.
I feel like you've had a lot of growth with Count Fast and in a short period of time.
It's
less than 2 years.
Starting to take off.
That is super exciting. We had something to add.
I was going to say, if you wanted to keep someone in your home,
Yeah.
Chad has the information
Perfect. Okay.
and to contact me.
Okay.
And about Count Fast, I've watched these kids.
Oh, it's
It's
unbelievable. It's
amazing.
unbelievable. You never feel more dumb than you watch these
Yes,
kids do
exactly
Count Fast.
right. When this little 3rd grader is telling
I
you
wanna
what
do it.
500 times 11 is
I don't
and
wanna do
without blinking and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a reason I got a talk show in a grocery store. I'm not good at math. I'm okay with that. I've embraced it. But my 2nd grader, guess what he's got? Count Fast. When he brought it home that first day, I was like, yes! It's super exciting. My wife was like, are you going to do it with him? And I was like, no, I'm not. But because she's way better at math than I am.
Understand.
I'm not. There's Count Fast right there.
There it
Yes.
is.
All right. So we will definitely talk more about Count Fast
Next time.
yeah, I'm ready though. Let
All
me
right.
know. 5th Annual Happy Chinese New Year Concert. This is going to be a lot of fun. Please reach out to Janet Clark if you're interested in hosting somebody. Over 100 plus folks come into Muscatine, Iowa. This is so great. I'm thrilled that you all were here today to talk about it, and we'll see you in just a couple of weeks. You ready? Do you feel ready for this? Like, is it?
Yeah, we got it. This is the 5th time,
okay.
So we got kind of the basics down, and
Sure.
we're ready to go. So.
Okay. Like riding a bike, big bike, and it's a lot of logistics to pull off. But
you get some rocks in the road you have to avoid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right, a little bit of swerving involved. Well, thank you all for being
Thanks,
here. It's
Tony.
great to see you.
Right.
I'll see you on the 30th. Whether the kids are with me or maybe I just bring my mom. You know, I want to be there because I haven't made the previous years, but this I feel like this is just I should be there, right?
Yes, please.
Be there. Yes, this is awesome. All right, we're gonna go. Are we going to the cart cam?
We can actually go to the aisle.
All right, CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. Well, that seems very convenient, doesn't it? Looking at some dried apricots because today, oddly enough, as luck would have it, or maybe there's a little strategery involved if you'll have it, today is National Apricot Day. So January 9th, National Apricot Day, right? And I'll give a shout out to Contrary Brewing. They have an apricot beer. That's very nice. So different alliterations of apricots. And there's some dried apricots that display set up in the produce department. Today is also National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Do I have appreciation for folks, men and women in law enforcement? The answer, of course, is a resounding yes. My dad is a retired Chicago cop. Chad's dad, retired police officer. So shout out to all the men and women. It's somebody buying a whole bunch of stuff right now. So you see that on the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam? Somebody who's buying a whole bunch of dried fruit. Okay, that was good. So shout out. There's more. All right. Wow. What are we getting here? All right. We're getting all of it, apparently. Give it a good little shake there. So listen, shout out to all the men and women in law enforcement. Today, National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Maybe we'll send some donuts down to the police station. And I don't say that as a sign of disrespect, you know, but anything you can do for those folks. It's a tough job. And that goes for police, of course, and Sheriff's Department. Shout out to our pals, Sheriff C.J. Ryan, Captain Quinn Reese, everybody involved. They do a great job. It's also National Static Electricity Day. Will you shock somebody in your life? I shocked my kid the other night, and he didn't, Ted, the 5-year-old, was like, "You hurted me." And I'm like, "No, I didn't hurted you. It was static electricity." And then I was trying to explain to him what it was, and I was like, forget it. I give up. All right, so Steve has the Toyota Muscatine cut camera, and we're going to go on a little journey. Shout out to Steve. He located my lost papers. He's always got a friendly note, and he's a character, that Steve. So you can see as you come across the front of the store, we've got cereal set up right there, and then we're going to cruise down the back of aisle 11, where there is a giant display of cereal. Because starting today, we've got this 3-day breakfast/cereal sale going on in the store. And yes, I am totally serial about how good this sale is, and I know how nerdy that might be. All right, so we're going to hang a right there. You can hear the tires screeching on the cart cam, and driving down aisle 11. So many good deals are in that aisle. Oh, my goodness. From coffees to... You're going to see Sturzing's potato chips in just a minute, the kitchen cooked ones. Kind of like the old snack aisle, if you'll allow it. Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer sitting down. Great aisle, right? Everything in that aisle just makes you feel good. Pancake mix. Oh, are you a pancake or waffle guy?
I am a pancake guy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, so here we go. You can't miss this giant display. Look at that. That is a cereal mountain, everybody. Holy moly. I feel like it's grown since I've seen it. Matt, when you see something like that and the deals, people are going to be loading up the next 3 days, right?
The prices are unbelievable. 20 cents off a gallon on multi-meal cereal.
Yeah.
If you buy 4 of them. It's just, how can you not?
Do you know that I have free gas now on my fuel saver, my personal fuel saver, $2.53?
Do you know that I need gas today?
That's nice. Your truck is not
You want to go to lunch with me?
Do I ever?
We're going to stop at the gas station.
Prices on Cocoa Pebbles, that's a staple in my house, $1.48.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the everyday price is. I don't even want to know because it's such a good deal the next 3 days. And then, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Malto-Meal cereal in the bag. I don't know why sometimes there's a stigma. Who cares? If it's a good deal and if it's what you like, load up on it, right?
It absolutely is good. And then you get 25 cents off per gallon on the Captain Crunch. If you buy 5 of those,
exciting.
So there he is. Look at the demo guy.
Steve the man.
Steve the demo
loves
guy.
a good cereal.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Hy-Vee One Step cereal. With every box that you purchase, Hy-Vee One Step will donate a meal to a child in need. So all of a sudden, the cereal that you're buying for your own family is helping someone.
And for only 99 cents.
Yeah, that's a crazy price on a box of cereal. I said the other day that growing up, Captain Crunch, my brother liked that. I was always like a Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, though. Did you have that go-to cereal?
I was a Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
And still kind of am.
That now, have you dabbled in the Lucky Charms where it's just a box of marshmallows?
I have tried to buy that, and my wife won't let me. Yes, she is in charge of our groceries, which isn't that ironic?
Well,
I guess I could
it.
just buy one and smuggle it home.
You could sample it if you want to,
Yeah.
right? But it's just essentially a box of marshmallows, right? Like they had the genius idea. People are just kind of going through the Lucky Charms and they're like, I just want the marshmallows.
As a kid, I had wished that, man, why do they put this other thing in here? Why isn't it just marshmallows?
It all
happened.
right, so this is a good deal. It's on that back page of the Hy-Vee ad like we were talking about earlier inside the Discover Muscatine newspaper. You can see it here. You brought cookies.
Well, you know what else was in that aisle?
Oh, no.
These were in that aisle, and
Those
I wanted to remind
cookies.
everybody that cookies can be eaten for breakfast.
Okay.
It's a myth that you can't eat cookies for breakfast. And they're $2.50. Check that out.
Such a good deal.
So Roman and the crew back in the bakery have been baking these things off fresh. I tend to hang around back there just for quality control measures.
It smells good,
You know, when the cookie's coming off the pan nice and warm. Before it goes in this package, I like to just make sure it's safe for all of our customers.
Yeah, your fingertips are burnt, but other than that.
Yeah, but it's important.
It's
important
control.
It's important work.
Cookies can be for breakfast, let the record stay.
But 20 cookies for $2.50. I mean, this could be breakfast too. So I thought it tied in nicely with the cereal.
Yeah, cookies are always good. A little bird told me that Tuesday, January 21st, perhaps everything in the aforementioned bakery would be buy one, get one free again.
That is correct.
That's the first time we've mentioned that. So Tuesday, January 21st, BOGO in the bakery. Now that means like buy a birthday cake, get a birthday cake.
Yep.
And what do you do? You're married. You know how this is. My wife's birthday is Sunday. I'm doing the low carb, no sugar, whatever. She's doing kind of a similar thing. She's like, don't get me a cake, but then if the kids want to get me a cake, get me a cake. I got to get a cake, right?
You have to have cake.
Because we love...
Would you like me to put the order in and just call Casey and let her know it's ready?
Please don't tell her that her own cake is ready. Surely I can bring that home in stealth mode. But we love and I don't know if you like the cream cheese frosted red velvet cake that they make in that bakery. If you've had that yet since you've been here.
I like white cake.
Okay.
White cake.
With buttercream or whipped frosting?
Whipped.
Oh, man,
Always
that is
whipped.
so different.
It's
You're
good.
Like contrary. I bet I could convert you. You pick up, even if it's just like a small cake, this red velvet with the cream cheese frosting. It's the heaviest thing you've ever lifted because it's that much frosting. Now, again, I say this as someone that's lost about 16 and a half pounds, haven't had any sugar. But how do you say no to birthday cake?
I can't.
I feel like if it's on Sunday, it's like a cheat day anyways, maybe, and you just
can't
take
say no.
a quarter.
I can't say no to football cake. I can't say no to Valentine's cake. Any kind of cake is right up my alley. And then 99-cent milk.
Yeah, that's a great deal for the next 3 days. A half gallon of milk for 99 cents is awesome.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about
that
right
does look
there.
good.
Red velvet. Oh, baby.
I could probably make that work.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that good.
What day are you sampling that?
Her birthday's Sunday. So,
Perfect.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if you could show up with the cake and some flowers. I want to mention a couple of things. I want to come back to the keto diet. It was June 2018 for me. I started it, lost a ton of weight, have put weight back on. I feel like this keto thing is more popular now than it was then. Certainly we have much more products in the store. Started a little group on Facebook after a suggestion from Lisa Bunn, who works in the Muscatine Community School Board office. She said, why don't you start a group? I thought, okay. And in less than 5 days, Matt, we've gone from not having a group to chat. I don't even know what the number is now. This morning it was over 650 people, I think. What does it say? I mean, it's just absolutely exploded. 685 people. So I don't know if you can call this a fad or a craze when you're talking about 685 people interested in something, right?
Yeah, and what I think the powerful part of that group is if people are looking for something, and they mention it on that group or just pick up the phone and call us, we can almost always get it So it's been really cool to have that experience in this short period of time of people saying, hey, and showing us a package like, hey, can you get, this is not keto, by the way, can you get this? And then we go looking for it. So, because we just want to be able to help everybody get what it is they need. So that's been a cool part of it. Plus it's motivating.
I tell you what, look at that dinner I had last night. Even people that are not low carbing it, you know what that is, y'all? That's a chicken taco wrapped in a cheese shell, because this is America. And then you know what I put on top of that that's not pictured is a giant healthy dollop of Hy-Vee sour cream. Listen, I'm not saying that I'm a chef or my wife's a chef. That was tremendous. The zucchini spaghetti the other night, and it all tastes good. So just because you're dieting, you're not sacrificing anything. And I even, Chad, I don't know if you see the post in there I put about the fat snacks cookies. So to your point, in the health market, we've got right there, Matt. I bought that yesterday because guess what? It was 10% off on Wellness Wednesday, by the way. No place in town has all this stuff and then gives you 10% off once a week.
I did see that post right before bed last night, and I was, thinking, oh, man, I could sure use a cookie.
It tastes exactly like the real thing.
Does it?
And that's what's so, but no guilt, right? And for me, someone that is 100% addicted to sugar, to detox from it, but then to be able to go to something that's sweetened in other ways, it's great. And again, everything in moderation, but people making suggestions. Can you carry a keto cake mix? Yeah, sure. Of course we can. We'll make it happen because, again, being able to be that one-stop shop is just great. I want to comment, Chad, on the cover photo for the Hy-Vee Facebook page. It's a great cover photo. It's of what's available all the time from our kitchen. So some great pictures we've been posting. This one from the other day. So if you want to click on that, Chad, that is the hot case, I guess, which is, it's not insider poker, but that's what it's called. So if you're looking for lunch or dinner and you come to a place like your Muscatine Hy-Vee and you go, man, that looks a little bit different. Well, the answer is yes, it does. But how about Boney and that kitchen crew, Dixie and Candy and Rhonda and Teresa? They're doing a great job.
They absolutely are. We have the best food in town, and we're just trying to tell that story a little bit better now. So if you haven't been to Hy-Vee Food Service for a while, you should stop in because it's the best food in town and the best value for sure. So lots of really cool things Boney's doing, and the really neat part about this is we're going to start having evening specials on Friday nights and Saturday nights, as we have been with Chef Scott. So we have a lot of talent in our food service department, and I know they're planning a big Valentine's Day event.
Holy moly.
That will be a reservation-only thing, one of the nicest places to eat in town. Basically, executive chef is making your meal, and we've got a package going on for that. So a lot of cool things going on in food service that we really just want you to come in and try if you haven't been here for a while.
You know the menu on Valentine's Day is going to be something special when there's a couple words that are hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
Like Chateau Brioche.
I told Scott, I'm like, that's spelled wrong, huh? Is that supposed to say cheeseburger? And he's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was like, I know what a Béarnaise sauce is. But yeah, I mean, for people that are out there, oh boy, what is this? What do you got?
Just add milk.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
look at Steve.
I think he and I think alike.
Look at that. Look at these guys.
Isn't that something?
I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with cheese popcorn, right?
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm never going to have time to make in my whole life is cheese popcorn. It's done for you. And we still have a ton of NFL football left. We still have the Super Bowl. We'll have an event in here. So, yeah, good call, Steve. These are all great examples of ways to make that party easy. But, yes, Valentine's Day is going to be exciting. And then you're sitting here on Thursday at 4 o'clock. It's another Thursday night steak night. So, and this is my favorite. My personal favorite is the New York Strip, and that's what's featured tonight. So, and the best part about this steak night is, Matt, you know, it's 4 till 7. But I'm telling you right now, folks, if you show up at 6:45, fear not. We can't run out of steak. We've got a meat department in our store.
We'll just make you another one.
Right.
Right.
What's the worst thing that happens? You got to wait 3 to 5 minutes. They grab it, they prepare it, and then you're good to go. But this is an awesome deal. And look at what you're talking about, a 12-ounce steak for $12.
Yeah.
With the sides.
I'm sure it's on the Facebook page, too, about the daily specials in food service. We're really making all of the different departments come alive and offer specials throughout the week, and trying to keep that consistent because we know that the work week can be a grind and not knowing what you want for lunch. So come on into Hy-Vee and you can have a different, there it is right there, which is
Well, how about just
fantastic.
the cheapest boneless wings in town? And I said this yesterday, no offense, Buffalo Wild Wings, but those are cheaper and better. No
Yeah.
offense. You say no offense, you can say whatever.
Right.
That's how that works.
I think so.
Yeah. So that's an awesome price. That starts at $5, but I think we're going to run that. If you came in, we talked about running that all day almost, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you want a ton of boneless wings for lunch, go ahead. Buy one, get one free super and salad bar? Huh?
Yeah.
Talking about being healthy. And then how about 66-cent egg rolls? That's cool.
Well, and then tomorrow, Friday night isn't about health. Because, if you're on a diet, Fridays don't count. And then
They
you
don't.
can enjoy our 50
Sure.
cent draws.
50-cent draft beer. I have
Absolutely.
not had any. Listen, I've been waiting for tomorrow to have a beverage because we got a little Hy-Vee shindig going on. But I'll tell you this: $9.99 for a full rack of ribs, ready to go. And if you are low carbing it, guess what? You don't have to have sauce on it.
Nope.
A smoked rack of ribs is totally fine.
And
You believe that you can lose weight eating ribs and bacon?
I hate making ribs.
Who likes it?
I love
yeah.
eating ribs, and
Yeah.
I hate making ribs. So anytime they're already there on a plate,
Ugh.
I'm like, sign me up.
I have to tell you, I was this close the other day when I was taking pictures of the hot case in the kitchen. Right next to me, they had ribs. And I was that close to just eating a thing of ribs for lunch.
They're so good. You can have ribs for breakfast, too.
Sure,
I mean,
ribs and cookies, apparently.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
part of a balanced diet.
I don't think there's many rules for breakfast food.
No.
I mean,
think
people
you're
say you
right.
can eat breakfast anytime.
That's
right?
100% true.
So I don't
I'm
know
with
why
you.
it can't go the other way.
No, and I think, one of our coworkers, Danielle at Starbucks, said to me this morning when I was getting the old drink, she said, "Do you know how good the deal is for breakfast on Tuesday?" And I said, "I do." And she's like, "I got this and this and this, and it was $3.99." And I'm like, "I know." And she's like, "You should tell people." And I was like, "It's out there, but I will." Like, I know that I will. But it's such a great deal when you can talk about, right, I mean, yeah, breakfast for $3.99 and all the other different specials that are on there.
It's a secret we don't want anybody to know.
No, and there's
So,
a good picture of ribs. You can't go wrong with ribs.
Yes.
Speaking of Starbucks, I would be remiss if I didn't say today at Starbucks, 2 till 7, they're doing another BOGO. So you could buy your favorite Starbucks drink. This one in my hand, totally, low carb, no sugar, diet friendly, or you could get the frappiest of the frappuccinos. Whatever you need, buy one, get one free. It's awesome.
Is this why you told me you were buying me a Starbucks this
I
afternoon?
did. You can redeem that after 2 o'clock. I don't know if I've ever seen you with the Starbucks. Are you a coffee?
I'm a tea drinker.
Tea. Okay,
Tea,
so you
yeah.
get the Starbucks tea.
I do get the Starbucks
I think the tea counts for the BOGO.
Yeah.
So you can redeem that later. All right, so there is a lot going on. Today also, I mentioned before you sat down, today's National Law Enforcement Appreciation
I saw
Day.
that. That's fantastic.
I thought maybe we'll run some donuts down to the police station.
That would be a great idea.
And again, I said that, like, I don't say that to be offensive, like, oh, stereotype, cops love donuts. People love free stuff. I mean, we could bring them down a bunch of healthy stuff, but they'd be like,
you know what? If somebody brought me free donuts, I would not take offense ever. So
you'd be like, oh, darn it, free donuts.
Yeah.
How dare they? All right, well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
There's a lot going on. Again, on the back of the ad, you've got the 3-day breakfast sale, and then on the front side, those good-looking hot deals. And how about the bacon? Oh, come on now, y'all. Bacon for $2.88. We had I'm sure you saw the compliment on the bacon on Facebook. Posted it yesterday, and it was on one of the pictures. A lady replied that her husband thought that, like, where's the comment at? It's from Beth Johnson, I think, Chad. If you scroll down on that post, we'll see it. Yeah, so if you click on, let's see, right there. We just had the sweet smoked bacon tonight. It was awesome. My husband said it's like they took the gourmet stuff and put it in the wrong package. But that's just that's the Hy-Vee brand.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go name brand, and no offense to name brand, we have it, of course, but just you look at the size of that bacon. I mean, it's fantastic. I can't get enough.
Well,
Look at
and
that.
regarding meat, we do have the best meat in town, bar none.
Yes.
We have only 10% of our choice meat out of the service case is selected for Hy-Vee, and no other retailer does that.
And
so.
listen, as we're sitting here right now, and I'm sure you'll go check it out, our friends from Sign Pro are in the house making the meat department look even cooler.
That's
So
fantastic.
we'll show
We
you
got
some
brand
pictures
new
of that.
stickers.
Yeah. Well,
It's amazing what we get excited about
can
here.
you not call them stickers?
What do you wanna call
They're
them?
vinyl
Wallpaper?
decals.
Decals? Okay.
And you make it. You
Decals-
minimize the
decals
work
that
that's gone
stick.
into getting these
No,
stickers.
I don't minimize it because
Okay.
that's why we have professionals putting them
That
up.
is correct.
Right.
Irv did smooth the surface down.
But I apologize. They are decal stickers.
Thank you.
Not just stickers.
Well, you paid for them, so you can call them whatever you want. That's fine. All right, we'll go CBI Bank and Trust ISLECAM, and I can't wait to see the work that Sign Pro's doing, so shout out to them. And we'll go to the ISLECAM, and then I will answer. Diane on Facebook says, what's your low-carb Starbucks drink? So, Diane, that's a great question. So the drink is an Americano, and it's just espresso and water, essentially. So it's espresso, water, and I don't know if we can zoom in to there. It's espresso, it's water, and then there's heavy whipping cream. I'm going to try and tip this without spilling it, maybe. I've never done this before. But what I was going to try and do at some point today, I don't know if I can do, how about that? Does that work, maybe? Right in there? I'm new. Hello. Should I just pour it into a clear cup next time? So, Diane, it's just, I'll tell you what, if you ever went to our Starbucks, you would just ask for the Tony drink, and 9 out of 10 people that would be working would know exactly what it is. So this is a venti Americano with heavy whipping cream. They blend the heavy whipping cream with a pump of sugar-free vanilla, and then I think there's another pump of sugar-free vanilla in here, and then they pour the heavy whipping cream on top. It's 28 grams of fat and super low carb, no sugar. And you can dunk cookies in it if you want to.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to the ISLECAM, and we'll let Matt take those cookies away from me so I don't get tempted, because Hy-Vee Bakery cookies are the best. They really are. Like, the stuff that they do in that bakery, it's crazy. Like, I don't know how they just, it's like I walk by one day, they're doing this, then the next day they're doing something totally different. It's just fantastic. And there are, of course, dried apricots if you need them on National Apricot Day. Hello. Come and check it out. And Diane is saying, make them Deluso sandwiches. Yeah, I tell you what, Deluso deli meat, the best. Yeah, put a little bacon on a Deluso sandwich. You can't go wrong, everybody. Okay, let's wrap up here. So a couple things to mention, and we've kind of covered all of these, quite honestly, with the hot deals on the front page of the ad. There's cottage cheese, there's bacon, there's buy one, get one free Josie's organic salad. How about buy one, get one free Hy-Vee Midwest pork chaps at the tap? Sign me up. Also some chips on there, Hy-Vee pasta, Honeycrisp apples, and Pepsi products 4 for $8. So these deals are awesome. And, you know, if you're trying to do that New Year's resolution, Hy-Vee, a great place. So many fresh items available for you. There's the front page of the ad on the screen. I'm getting choked up, trying to work through it. So excited about those deals. Want you to come in and check those out. I kind of want to skip the food court deals because we touched base with those with Matt already. The Hy-Vee weight loss contest. Thank you, Steve. I'm just getting all verklempt. I cry from my forehead. It's not sweat, it's tears, everybody. This isn't sweat, it's tears. Oh, my heavens. It gets so warm in here. Hey, fun story. 5-year-old Ted at my house last night hit the thermometer on the wall. Thermostat, if you'll allow it. The thermostat. My wife woke me up at 2 a.m. It was 62 degrees in my house. He turned the heat off. So that's my have kids if you're ready to have them turn the heat off endorsement, everybody. Brought to you by your local HVAC provider. So, yeah, it was 62 degrees. I was fine because I'm still, you know, I run hot all the time. So how about the weight loss contest? Right. So we've got a couple of slots for you to get signed up still. If you're looking to make a difference, you can do it. We have openings for this coming Monday to get weighed in. It would be during the morning and then between 4 and 6 p.m. Easiest way to do this, go to Hy-Vee.com, bring up this store, and bring up this store. This is true. How do you save money? You turn the heat off. Go to Hy-Vee Facebook, or you can go to Hy-Vee.com, pull up the store, and get signed up online. $10 to enter. Winner takes home half of all the entry fees, and the other half goes to a charity of your choice. I love that. So we're not making any dough off of this thing, and hopefully you'll lose some weight, right? All right, mention the breakfast sale. I've done that. I've talked about Thursday steak night. I've done that. I want to mention we do have a job board chat. I kind of forwarded to you at the last minute before we started. We'll talk about that. Our friends at Team Staffing, 109 Lake Park Boulevard here in Muscatine, always looking out for you. With respects to a JOB, you can see them if maybe it's, you know, you started the new year and you're like, I don't know
about this job. Well, team staffing at this moment probably has at least 75 to 100 jobs available. And the best part is they're looking to get them filled ASAP. This isn't something that they're like, well, we'd like to take our time to get these jobs filled. It's a matter of they've got the opportunities. They're looking to put you in there. So whether you visit them online, you visit them in person at their location, or you give them a call, whatever it takes, reach out. So Yoli has production labor, all shifts in Wapello. You can call or text her, 563-316-7642. Stop in, apply online, get the ball rolling on a new job at team staffing. Here's Mary, opportunities for admin sales experience, electronics, tech, 10 to 15 bucks an hour. Call Mary, 563-316-7634. She's been at team staffing over 20 years. Super nice, knows her stuff, just great. And last but not least, on the job board, Jenny. Structural draft with CAD experience, mold tech, general labor, maintenance tech, $10 to $25 an hour range, first and third shift. Get a hold of Jenny, 563-316-7634, or careers@teamssi.com if you want to email them. All right, so we were supposed to have our friend David Casas on the show at 9 a.m., but he is sick, so we wish him well. David Casas, fantastic magician. He's doing a class at the Muscatine Community YMCA, and I was at the Y last night with my oldest son once again. He wanted to run on the track, and then I, just kind of power walked around the track, shot around basketball for a little bit. And I saw Amy Hessel, our friend at the Y, and I said, hey, David was supposed to be on the show Thursday, but he's sick, but we're going to get him rescheduled. And she said, oh, that's too bad because we want to keep getting the word out because there's a David Casas magic class at the Y. Now I said, I'm going to get Henry signed up, and she said, okay. So that's pretty cool. And you can see right there on David's website, January 6th, that's the first one. At the Y, 5:30 to 6:30, the Magic Man bringing the magic to town. And then he's doing apparently a Hy-Vee party in Mason City. Is that what that said? That's very exciting for him. Good for him. David Casas from Muscatine, doing big things and has been for a while. I can't look at him in that picture. His eyes are just too, I don't know. He's looking into my soul and he doesn't see anything. He's looking into the void. Also, where do you keep the pigeons? Because he's got the coat. And sometimes the pigeons, this is true if you haven't seen his act, the pigeons fly out of his sleeve. You know what I don't have in my sleeve right now is a pigeon, but I do have some sweat, which is not the same thing. So if you haven't experienced the magic of David Casas, he's great. And David's brother, Jimmy Casas, my Spanish teacher at St. Ambrose, just to bring things full circle. Very funny guy, too. So David Casas, Magic at the Y, a class. Get signed up. Get the kids involved, and check that out. That's very good. I'm looking if there's any more comments on Facebook that I'm missing. Oh, hey, Daryl Hazelwood. What's up, man? He was watching earlier. That's marvelous. Colleen, Jeff, Adam, Chris, Diane. Yeah, so again, the secret to saving money is have your 5-year-old, or I could just have Ted. Maybe this is Ted's job, Teddy Tone, if you'll allow it. He just shows up to your house and he turns your heat off. That's how you save money, is you have my kid come to your house and he turns the heat off. Or you go shopping at Hy-Vee. Yes. Steve turning into a company man over here. You've changed, Steve. Is Thursday? Today's Thursday, right? Am I right? Okay. I got my pants on, my belt's on. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to talk to Lindsay Frazier with Energy 108 Yoga, if I'm not mistaken. Energy 108 Yoga. So again, we're 9 days into the new year. A lot of folks trying to stick to that New Year's resolution, getting more active, adjusting the diet. That's why you have almost 700 people join a Facebook group talking about low-carb keto in less than a week. People joining different gyms. Maybe it's yoga. Maybe it's working and learning from Lindsay Frazier. I've known Lindsay for maybe 10 years now. She was an intern for me at B100 years ago, back when I was a younger man. And now she is a certified yogi instructor. She knows her stuff. We'll talk to her about that tomorrow. How about this, though, folks, right here to bring it back? Thanks to our guests who are here this morning, Dan Stein, Janet Clark were here, and Xiaowen Gao, talking about the 5th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert. Thursday, January 30th. Chad, I think we'll keep that digital file and we'll keep promoting this for him. 5th annual Happy Chinese New Year concert, Thursday, January 30th, 7 p.m. Free admission. Muscatine High School, world-renowned orchestras, different groups performing. They don't come to Muscatine that often. Quite frankly, they're playing in places like New York, LA, Chicago, Detroit, and the tickets are never free for a performance with these caliber of musicians. So what do you have to do? You just show up early, maybe 6:45 on the 30th, and you enjoy yourself. If you would like to host some of the folks that are coming to town, reach out to Janet Clark, and she will get you taken care of. Dan Stein, good guy. We'll have him back on, talk about Count Fast, which is another cool venture that he's involved in. And just nice. Dan, always very kind to me, and I appreciate that. And Janet Clark, of course, known Janet for years, and Shaowen Gao, who's been in Muscatine for 2 years, part of the Muscatine China Initiatives Committee, and works at Kent. So that was nice. And then shout out, of course, to Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer, who reminds you that you can eat cookies for breakfast. Giant truck out in front of the store. Not sure what's happening. Big ladder on top. What's the deal? Is it an MPW truck? I don't know. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. It's right there. Maybe somebody's going on the roof. Steve, is that how you're leaving today? You're leaving in a bucket truck? You're getting out of here? Steve Lee usually has a chariot that picks him up, but today it's a bucket truck. He's taking his helicopter. Yes, that's right. The Bosemobile, if you'll allow it. Is that what you still call it? All right. Just these are things that are in my line of sight that I'm going to tell you that are happening. All right, my wife texting me, I can't believe your keto group has almost 700 members. I can't either. I'm not alone. I'm a little frustrated, I got to tell you. I've lost about 16 and a half pounds since last Monday, December 29th. I'm at a little bit of a plateau. So that's frustrating because I weigh myself every day, and I'm like, come on, scale. I took like 13,000 steps yesterday. I'm not eating bad, but I'm not discouraged. I'm frustrated, not discouraged. I'm not kidding you. That bucket on that, whatever they're doing out there, holy mackerel. I don't know if we're able to show that, and if not, it's okay. I don't know what they're doing. Are they doing work on the roof? Are we moving the show to the roof, everybody? I would be in favor of it. I would be A-okay with that. Let the record state. I apologize if you're watching live. These are just things I don't know what's going on out there. Could that camera go outside, or is it tethered to a... So demanding. So demanding. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's not even on the Hy-Vee building, right? It's probably not. It's probably something next door. Hopefully it's not like an emergency. Then Tony was filming an emergency on a show. I couldn't believe it. All right. Chad is going out there to see what's going on. This is the nature of doing a live show. Now, if you're watching this at 7:30 or 10:30 p.m., you're going to feel like we're lying to you because we're going to take you outside to the daylight. But look at that. That's what I'm seeing right now. I told you what's happening. They better be putting my name on the side of the building finally, right? I mean, it's about time. So I don't know what's going on. But Chad's out there because we care. Is it a wreath? Are they taking that wreath off? I don't know. Not sure. Maybe that's what they're doing? Is that our wreath? Wreath? Why did I say wreath weird? So this is a live shot outside Hy-Vee, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Is that would technically be part of the store, I guess. So is there like a secret door that opens up to, I don't know. Weird. All right. Well, hey, you never know what you're going to find on this show. That's for sure. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our guests for being here. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and team staffing. If you ever need anything from me, they're working on the wreath, huh? Wreath of Franklin out there. If you need anything from me, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Also, we'll have our friends back on the show, Lefty and the Spinners, going into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shout out to them. And thanks to our sponsors, CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and team staffing. I'll see you tomorrow. I can't believe it. Tomorrow's Friday, 8:30 live, or 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on cable. Here's the thing. Do you have salt? Do you have a shovel? Are you ready? Snow and ice on the way. Not trying to scare you, but I would get to Hy-Vee immediately and get like 3 dozen eggs and 17 loaves of bread. You're going to be blizzard in. I have the hugest snowblower ever. I could do your driveway for a nominal fee. Yeah, right. Here's the thing about that snowblower. I'm not even going to use it because it doesn't run. It needs a tune-up. And now my driveway's smaller. I should just sell it.
and then not tell my dad. My dad gave it to me. It's this giant snowblower. I mean, I'm not kidding you. The thing is this wide. So if anybody needs a snowblower, let me know. It's like an industrial size. You could hit your neighbor's house with it. All right, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day or a good evening. And please come see us here at the store if you need anything. Bye. Would you like a snowblower?
You're watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.